Hey everyone, today we are going to go dyno the C7. We just put the Powerglide in from RPM Transmissions, also got a 9-inch rear end in it, so we're going to see how much power we lost adding the automatic with the big stall, the 9-inch rear end center section. I'm going to think it's probably going to lose about 100-150 horsepower. Nothing else has changed on the car, engine-wise, power-wise, except for the Powerglide and the 9-inch rear end. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on the dyno because we just dynoed the car right before we took it to RPM Transmissions. It made 1,189 wheel horsepower through the 7-speed manual. So let's see what it does with the Powerglide. So we're going to go over to Just Tunes right now. We're going to put on the dyno, make sure the tune is good, make sure everything else is going good with the car. And we will be hitting OKC this weekend for Streetcar Takeover. So we put on the dyno and it actually made just right over 1,000 horsepower through the Powerglide. So we lost about 170 horsepower, 180 horsepower going from a manual to the Powerglide, which we're pretty happy with that. The converter's set up for a little bit more power than 1,000, so I think it's time to put more power to it, get the nitrous working. But this weekend we're going to see what it does in a roll. We're having issues with the speed sensor. There's not enough magnets on the back for it to recognize how fast the car's going from a dead stop. When it hits about 15 miles an hour, it starts to read. The problem with that is from 0 to 15, when you do hammer it, it has no power. It doesn't even know what's going on. There's no way to tune that. So we ordered an 8-magnet collar for the back. It'll be here next week. So for St. Louis, for sure, it should be working better. So this weekend, we might just do some rolling starts, just to kind of see how the car does going down the track, kind of get a feel for how much mile an hour it's going to do, and go from there.
We made it to Oklahoma City Streetcar Takeover 2018. It's about to be lit, brother, and it's Nick motherfucking Savage.
Takeover Oklahoma City. We're up standing on top of the Bud Light bar. We got the DJ over here. It's a hell of a good time out here in Oklahoma City. Street Car Takeover 2018. What's up, everyone? So we are going to take the C7 and we're going to roll race it at Street Car Takeover. Just make a pass in it, see how it does. My speedometer, I need to put another speedometer sensor ring on it. It's only got 2 magnets on there. It's not reading quick enough, so when I try to go from a dead stop, the tune doesn't start. It reads 0 mile per hour for a couple seconds, so it tries to stumble, but if I start from a roll, it seems to do pretty well. So we're going to go give it a shot right now and see how well it does. You're about to see, I tried drag racing later on that day. Just curious to see how the car would do. It felt like it had decent throttle response whenever I just laid into a throttle just driving around the parking lot. So I figured, well, what the hell, I'll give it a shot, see what happens. The track was not hooking at all. It was so hot Saturday. None of the cars were hooking. So me being me, I just wanted to see what it would do. Here's what happens. So as you see, I spun the tires pretty dang bad. The car went 1030 at 150 miles an hour. My belt actually broke the next pass, and here's what the belt looked like that was on the car. Needless to say, I probably had a little bit of belt slip issues on the ProCharger. That belt has been on my car for a year and probably 5 months. Granted, I didn't really race it a lot last year, but that belt has been on the car for a long time. I probably should have replaced it by now. So I'm gonna put a new belt on it, go back. Also, I was on a Dyno 555R. Not the best tire for drag racing. They do great from a roll, and super happy with them from a roll, but from a dead stop drag racing, when you're putting this much power down through an automatic like I am, not the best tire to use. Granted, with a little bit better track, I think they would have done fine. And when I ran it later that night, when the belt broke, it broke literally while I was doing a burnout, so I didn't get to try it, but the track was working a lot better. And I think I would have made probably a high second pass the next pass out, but that's what happens this drag racing. I get real busy at the street car takeover events. I was announcing, also running the lanes, so I was super busy that night. We had a huge turnout for racers. But we're gonna take it to the track. I'm probably gonna order some Mickey Thompson ET Pros for the back for doing drag racing stuff. So the car's gonna hook better. We're gonna have a new belt on it, and I'm probably gonna pulley it down just another hair, maybe get a little bit more boost out of it. And man, I need to hook up the nitrous because the converter is super tight whenever it goes into second gear. When I called Circle D, I told them to build a converter for 1,400 horsepower. It's making just over 1,000 right now, so it needs a little bit more power, but they built the converter perfect. I think they did exactly what I wanted them to do with the converter, so I'm super happy with that. The car, by the way, that 155 mile per hour roll pass, that was 6 mile per hour higher than it did with the manual. So it made less horsepower, but it went 6 mile an hour faster in a roll race. And that DA that day, it was 95 degrees with a DA of 4,000 at Oklahoma City. So this car is gonna be extremely fast once we get it dialed in, and we are gonna get dialed in quick. This is not gonna be something that's gonna drag out for months. I'm looking to run some record passes in St. Louis in just a couple weeks. So stay tuned, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Please subscribe. That keeps me motivated to keep pumping out these videos for you guys. My channel is not monetized right now. I am not making a single dollar making these videos for you guys. So show me your support by hitting the subscribe button and watching my videos. Make sure you comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to see more of. As you can see, the ZL1 is still not home yet. It's getting some things done cosmetic wise. Nothing really to go faster. But once we get it back, I have some parts for it. We're going to throw it on, take it back to the drag strip, try to get that car in the 9s. I know it's got a 9-second pass in it with just bolt-ons. Literally is all that's done to that car. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.